Hello, good afternoon.
Hi.
We are the.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, we love applause so much. We are the mini minutes. We were up until 1 a.m. last night, so we have we cannot string syllables together today. But we are the Minnesota Star Tribune Taste Team. I am Nicole Vidston. I am the taste editor, and we have my colleagues. We have.
This one is not on. Okay. Hi, I'm Nancy No, and I'm the assistant taste editor.
And I'm Joy Summers. I'm one of the food reporters.
And I'm Sharon Jackson, and I'm also one of the food reporters.
We had more than 80 bites yesterday to tell you what to have and what to skip to make the most of your fair dollars. So today we are here to talk about fair foods. We're going to talk about what we liked and didn't like. We are going to answer any questions you may have. And we have a special treat today. We are going to interview Stephanie Shimp from the Blue Barn. And yeah, give it up for Stephanie when she comes. And as a special sweet treat, we have samples of the sweet squeakers. Is that the technical name of them?
Yeah.
And it was one of our favorite bites yesterday, so we're sure glad that worked out well. Okay, so let's start with Nancy and Joy, and tell us what your must bite was from yesterday.
Okay. Do you want to go first? Do you want?
Sure, because then I think I get to take what everyone else probably would have answered,
Yeah.
which was the falafel babas. It was just so wonderful how they made the falafel into waffles that had just the perfect texture. I mean, that's an experiment that can go wrong in so many ways. And they just made it taste wonderful and golden on the outside, nice in the middle. It was just so flavorful. And then to top it all off, they put fresh tomatoes on it, and at that time of the day, it just feels so good to have fresh produce. So that was just kind of a lifesaver yesterday when we stumbled up on it. So that was my favorite.
I love it. One of my cannot miss dishes from yesterday were the loaded smalley fries. They're in the International Bazaar at the Midtown Global Market booth. They're only going to be here for part of the fair. So that is a bite to get up there, get them now. They're fantastic for sharing. So they're loaded French fries, super crispy with highly seasoned beef, a garlicky sauce, a bright, just a little bit spicy green cilantro jalapeno sauce. And it's just the perfect table sharing food to me. I want to put that in the middle. I want everybody to come around and bring friends who are good at sharing. And I'm super bummed it's only going to be there for a few days because that was the one that I'm going to miss when it's gone.
I'm going to go with the beer soft serve. This, yeah. Granted, we had it at 9 o'clock in the morning, right when the stand opened, and it's not really the time of day I want beer in any format. But even then, I liked it. It's they use Prize Brewing's Royal Raspberry Sour beer, and it becomes in the soft serve machine this nice and light raspberry sorbet almost kind of flavor, but it still tastes like beer at the end, which is super weird, but it works. I don't know. It's like something totally new at the fair, a new kind of food, and I've really enjoyed it.
Everybody should have beer at 9:07 in the morning. Yeah. Yeah, that's the exact moment that our boss decided to join us for the day when we were having beer at 9:07 in the morning. So expecting those raises anytime now. Okay, we did also notice some trends on the day. So let's talk about those. One of the big trends was there were a lot of new pizza flavors. So Joy, what was your thoughts on those?
I was surprised to really love that pizza-flavored deep-fried cheese curd taco, which all of that sounded like it was something that was going to just brutalize me, but it is a crispy flour tortilla, those little specific Tombstone pizza nubbly little sausages in the bottom, fried cheese curds because it's a fair, and then a little drizzle of kind of a sweet, tangy tomato sauce. And somehow the whole thing together was just silly, yummy, delicious. So fun.
Yeah, I guess I would say too. The egg rolls. I'm forgetting the name of the stand now. The lumpia egg rolls. That's actually that's really close to the longest line at the fair right now, which is the beans and beignets. And there was hardly a line when we got there. I think it's the most underrated stand right now that has no line of the new fair foods, because the lumpia, they had this pizza style that was just so wonderful and gooey. And who doesn't love pizza and egg rolls? So it was just such a good combination. So I love that trend as far as the pizza trends go.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Let's see. I got a list here of trends. Oh, well, I mean, this isn't a brand new trend, but the hot honey thing, it's been going on here at the fair for a while, but like we could not escape hot honey yesterday. Like we just had permanently sticky hands all day. They put hot honey on the outside of a sandwich, a chicken sandwich at the Peg, which is the full-service diner that's over by the Ag Court building, which is really cute. And it's a great fried chicken breakfast sandwich. And then they drizzle hot honey on the outside of the bun. So, yeah, you're going to be sticky, but it actually really was good. It was all over those hot honey pizza balls. So back to the pizza trend at the Green Mill. And that one was like swimming in hot honey. So, yeah, that's a big trend. You'll see it kind of every other stand has some version of hot honey on top of whatever they're selling.
Yeah.
So the moral of that story is always carry wet wipes with you when you come to the fair.
It's a pro move.
It is a pro move. We also saw a lot. Dill pickle flavor is not going anywhere. So you can eat it, you can drink it, you can, what else? You can
put it on popcorn. There's the Highland Popcorn Company. They have a store in St. Paul, and they're selling dill pickle coated popcorn at the merch market. And that's like a really good, you leave and you think you're full. But if you have a bag of popcorn, I think you'd be happy if you're a dill pickle person like me, going to the merch market and getting that dill pickle popcorn to bring home for a snack later. That was one of my pro moves from yesterday.
Another pro move. And there were, in addition to the hot honey, there was just a lot of spice in our, and on the 80 some foods we tried, there was a lot of spice. Talk about that, Sharon.
Yeah, well, one of the things, because we have the Somali food at the Midtown Global Market stand, they've got this Somali basbas sauce with their food. Plus, the Afro Deli had the similar sauce. So it's like a jalapeno. It's like a green, kind of chunky, very spicy dipping sauce with cilantro. And it's so good with fried things, actually. It was great on the Somali street fries. So, but it is spicy. And then the most spicy thing we had all day, if you go to the produce exchange down the street, they have a secret menu. And one of the things on there is the habanero peach. And it's literally a peach. You can get it grilled or have it fresh with sliced habanero peppers on it. And it blows you away in spice.
That one
Chunks
kicked my
of
butt.
them. And that's not all. Then they shake some hot sauce on top as well. So but with the peach, it's like really nice. It's both cooling and hot at the same time. And then another secret menu item to cool yourself down is ask for the Mancini special, which is just a cup full of fresh raspberries. And that's a palate cleanser to set you back to a normal baseline.
I feel like one of the other trends was there was kind of a magic number for pricing. Don't you feel like there was kind of this magic price number for prices for food at the fair this year? That was around $14.
Yeah, everything was $14
magic number. And then kind of speaking of, what do you guys think was the best, speaking of value and money, what do you guys think was the best value for?
Ooh, that's a good question. Yeah.
Okay, absolute best value. The deep fried tofuego bites.
Yes.
At the Coliseum at Rooted and Wild. It's a plant-based dish, so it's vegan. It's also gluten-free. They take chunks of tofu and they deep fry it. It's coated in a rice flour batter. And they come out super nice and crispy, and it comes on top of this beautifully dressed coleslaw-type salad. And it's a big portion. It's really a meal, and it's $8. Unbelievable.
Yeah, a full meal. And, I feel like if it's the fair, leading with it's gluten-free, it's vegan, that's a hill to climb for a lot of people. No, that was a full meal. That was delicious. And Also, those little Johnny Pops popsicles, like that. Now I'm just talking about products, but we thought that that was such a great place to go if you've got little kids to head down to. I'm pointing in the wrong direction. Head down to Johnny Pops,
West End.
to the West End, and you can get two Johnny Pops for
Two
$5.
minis for $5. Yep. And another trend, very convenient since we have an example of it sitting in front of us, is the sweet and salty. The sweet and salty. Joy, can you talk about that?
Yes. So I love that Blue Barn always goes hard with big flavors. And this year they took a funnel cake mixture around a cheese curd with a lemony whipped cream. And it threaded that needle of sweet and salty and hearty. And it hit like all kinds of different fair bites that I want to have. Yeah, that's right. And we're lucky enough to have the creator and proprietress of the Blue Barn, Miss Stephanie Shimp.
Fire Prevention Day here at the fair. That was timely.
And you came in smoking.
Woo! So back to funnel cake crusted cheese curds.
Yeah, I want to hear about how did you guys come up with this?
Well, it's two things that you see at the fair. I mean, it kind of has mini donut vibes with the cinnamon sugar on the outside. It also, to me, feels a little bit like cheesecake.
Yeah,
So
I can see that.
You've got the sweet and savory, which is, in my mind, when you try to build a dish, you're looking for layers of flavor and multiple, whether it be spicy, creamy, crunchy, salty. It's certainly shareable. I think it's, as you said, we're always looking for a good value. And then throw in some sweet with the homemade berry sauce and the homemade whipped cream, a little bit of lemon zest to kind of bring it up another notch. I think it kind of fits fair food category.
And with the fruit sauce, that means it's good for breakfast.
Absolutely. Well, in which you bring up another good point. Could it translate in the morning? So we open at 7. There aren't a lot of places that do breakfast out here, and we do breakfast. We open at 7, and I think you could eat this breakfast.
Absolutely.
Like the way we do French toast, it could also be dessert.
Yeah.
So it's not stuck in one meal period.
Well, it's the fair. Like, right? We were drinking beer at 9 a.m. The rules are out the window. We're just going for yummy. No rules.
Yeah, there are no rules at the fair.
Yeah, absolutely. If anybody wants free samples, you should come hang out with us.
It's hard. Like on the way over, they'll be like, what is that? Is that free food? Is that, yeah.
Oh, look at talk about Crybaby Craig's hot sauce and spicy things. There's Craig Kaiser from Crybaby Craig's hot sauce. That's one of our favorite hot sauces. And we've got Craig, who's not a baby. Amazing. See, all kinds of culinary stars here at the Star Tribune stage.
They have done our hot sauce at Blue Plate as
That's
well.
what I thought. Because he used to be a chef.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you tell us a little bit about Blue Plate? Because it's not just the Blue Barn that you've got going on.
No, we have 7 restaurants around town. Most of them in Minneapolis and St. Paul.
Thank you.
Highland Grill and Groveland Tap in St. Paul. The Longfellow Grill right across the river from St. Paul. The Lowry in Uptown, which please come to the Lowry. It's mired in Hennepin Avenue construction. We love any extra visits we can have right now. And Edina Grill at 50th and France, the Free House down in the North Loop, and 3 Squares up in Maple Grove.
Amazing.
And the fair, though, was the big, for those of us in the restaurant community, at least I'll say for my partner and I, getting into the fair was the ultimate win. It was we've made it, we're here at the fair, it takes a lot. We applied 9 times.
9 times.
9
Wow.
times. And the 9th time we did not get in. And
Wow.
so we were like, I'm done with this. I'm not doing it again.
Yeah.
My heart's broken. We'd been through multiple RFPs. I just couldn't do it anymore. So we said, forget it. We're done. And we were opening the Free House. This is 2013, which was our biggest project yet to date, largest loan. The government had just federal government had just shut down. We had all of our workers hired and were training, yet no brewer's permit, and that came from from the Department of Justice,
Oh.
which was non-essential. So it was just sitting on someone's desk waiting to be approved someday. And during all of that, someone from the state fair calls and says, "Hi, this is so-and-so. We're doing a $40 million renovation of Heritage Square. We're moving the transit center over there. We have room for 2 restaurants. We've already promised one out, so we've got a second one right by the Sky Ride. Would you like it? And if so, please let us know by Friday."
Oh, hello. Let's make a life
Friday.
decision right away.
And a place where you really don't own the land, you own the building. And this whole thing was already in process, so like, hurry up and get your plans together. But we did, because that's how much people want to be in the state fair.
Wow. So did you come right out at the gate with the big blue barn? Was
Yes.
that so?
Yep.
You didn't have to like work your way up to the blue barn. You started loud and proud.
Which was, again, 9 times we applied. I could name like places around here that we tried to obtain, and it didn't work. So we gave up, and then they came to us with the most. We had the concept. It was our concept. We had a little lookbook ready for it. We had a logo, a sample menu. But when they said go, I mean, we didn't have architecture plans. We didn't have a contractor or an architect or any of that. So it was really go. And this is what we came up with. And we still have a few legacy menu items from that first year.
What was the first fair food item that you invented?
The chicken and a waffle cone. That wasn't.
That's a classic.
There was nothing like that here. We have the farm handwich, which is a breakfast sandwich with egg on it, brisket, cheese. Back then we did French fries on it. Now we're doing hash browns. But we had a breakfast sandwich in 2014. The blue cheese corn fritters were from that first year with the chimichurri sauce. And I heard you talking about green sauces earlier with cilantro, and that's kind of what chimichurri is, and it comes in different iterations, but that was 2014.
Do you have a favorite? Do you have like a pet food?
The Nashville hot chicken was a hit right out of the gate. I think we timed it right. Yeah. It was 2018. We were well ahead of the Nashville chicken craze and put it on a stick. And I think that's probably always going to be a fave, in addition to the French toast. So that was something that we adapted out of the restaurants, brought it here, and it needed something to be more fair-worthy, so we threw Pop Rocks on it to make, because it was kind of homage to fireworks in my mind. And the first year we did it, it wasn't a new food, it was just a food, so a little bit under the radar, and we were only going to do it for breakfast. Well, immediately we decided, oh my gosh, we have to sell this all day, because you can't have everyone loving this and then not offer it. And we ran out of Pop Rocks, so we sent someone down to the world's largest candy store in Jordan. I had another person going to the Mall of America and buying Pop Rocks. We bought everything we could out on Amazon, but evidently bought Amazon out. And
Can you buy Pop Rocks in bulk?
yes, you can. No, well, not. I mean, in bulk, as in like 300 packages at a time. But once you open the package, the humidity hits.
That's true.
And then they start to stick together, and so you
And
get.
they don't rock anymore.
And then they don't rock. No. They don't
the
rock.
lessons you learn that you would never expect to learn until you're at the fair.
There could be a book in all the stories behind the food and what's happened. And like we did a BLT one year, and I think we said we would sell maybe 6,000, let's say. And you're kind of punting. You don't really know. And it was candied bacon. Tried to find a really great tomato this time of year, which you can, thankfully. We had a little bun made by Franklin Street Bakery, which was around at the time now, and also owned by Mark Haugen and Wayne Kostrowski, who have a spot at Tejas Express here in the food building. Anyway, we get to Saturday, so 2.5 days in, and we've already sold 3,500 of them. Wow. And we ended up we bought out all of the bacon in the tri-state area. Hormel had to bring their people in and source bacon from other distribution centers. And then we were out of buns. And
Gosh.
thankfully, we're partnered with someone who understands the fair and knows that they had to do a extra, shift of buns.
An
for us.
emergency baking shift.
Emergency baking, exactly.
I love that.
When
I
do
love-
you know something has been a hit? Like when I know you come up, you have to spend all of this time coming up with the ideas. When do you know that a food is really spoken with the people? Can you feel that wave of fair food desire coming up on you?
I think, when we started in 2014, the tracking wasn't as good. It was more of a feeling. It was more of a cash-based fair back then, too.
Yeah.
Now we all have more sophisticated POS systems, and I can pull it up right now in real time and tell you how many hundred or how many. Once you start to see the hourly flow, and then, again, 2014, social media is still doing this. Once people start talking about it, then this is going to take off and snowball and grow. Like our cold brew coffee.
Oh yeah.
So that's almost neck and neck with the cheese curds right now.
Yeah. We should tell everybody. Tell everybody what that is, because
So we have cold brew coffee, and we have toasted marshmallow cream, so half and half. That's been augmented with toasted marshmallow, like one of the syrups. And then we put it in a container, and we actually smoke wood chips over the cream and let that sit and steep for,
Dang.
10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and build up that smokiness. flavor to
That
it.
is coffee commitment right there.
That's, when you're smoking the
Yes.
cream, that's commitment. And then we made kind of to keep on that campfire s'mores theme, took Golden Graham cereal, drizzle or whatever, put marshmallows all over it, a few chocolate chips, throw it in the oven, and kind of make a brittle out of it and break it all up. And that's our little garnish to stay in the campfire theme. But yeah, smoking's the extra step that,
You guys kind of like to be extra out of the Blue Barn, don't you?
yeah, much to our demise at times because, we make most everything. The whipped cream's real. It comes from heavy whipping cream out of a carton like you would buy at the grocery store. The berry sauce is homemade. The chimichurri is homemade. The horseradish for the pierogies. We do not make the pierogies, full disclosure. Probably have to have a team of 10,000,
Yeah, no kidding.
gnomes that came in the middle of the night to do that. It's just not,
pierogi gnomes.
it's not realistic for us at our volume. But yeah, we're proud of we season the food. We think about from start to finish.
I think people can tell that, though. I mean, we eat for a living, so but when you're going through all the stands, you can tell what's real flavors and what's not, and I think people appreciate that, especially when you're paying a little bit more because it's the fair.
Yeah, you want that experience along with some value, we hope, and attention to detail. I mean, it sounds so silly, but we have a recipe for salt and pepper.
I do not understand that.
Just to keep the proportions accurate. And I mean, otherwise
Interesting.
your idea of a pinch and my idea of a pinch and your idea of how much pepper should be in this is different, and it's different from person to person and day to day. And like, we'll have 90 employees in there today. So if 90 people put their mark on salt and pepper, we've got wildly different expectations.
That's interesting. How many people do you employ during the fair?
About 120.
Wow.
And any given day, we'll have 80 or 90 come in the building.
And that, when we go around the first day, we are cognizant of the fact that it is the first day, and it's basically, how does that go with training workers? How far in advance do you have them go through the run? Because the first day is the first day for everybody, not just us. So we tend to look at that saying, well, it is the first day.
Thank you. I will say that for starters. Thank you. We have 3 major training sessions that we do. We run through all of the food. we try to keep people specific to a station, and then if they've been with us for a few years, then cross-training as we see fit. But doing it in training is very different than doing it when 200 people are staring at you and you're doing it 200 times over and over and over. Like doing it once or twice is one thing, but when you have all those people lined up, it's really different. And you don't know when these buildings sit closed for 11 and a half months, the equipment doesn't always perform the way you want it to. We have a repair person in usually every other day for something, and you don't know what it's going to be. Like last year, we had our water main down by us wasn't fully open, so every piece of equipment in the building that used water, coffee, ice machine, the slushy machines, pop machine broke. And it took us a couple of days to figure out, like, oh, what's the common theme here? There's got to be a larger problem outside of these four walls. And there was. But I don't know how to prevent that. We can do all of the checklists and fire up all the equipment in advance, but you just don't know.
Yeah, you can control the salt and pepper, but maybe not the water mains.
Right. Well, and back to the numbers, you don't know what's going to be popular. And then how the stress on that item will affect the other items in the barn as well.
It's just a stack of dominoes.
It could be.
Yeah.
It really could be. I mean, we've had I feel like to be a good operator, not only do you have to be the artist, the scientist, the accountant, but you have to be a really good problem solver to be here.
Yeah.
Because you can't be down. You can't be without sales. You can't. I don't want to. I nerd out on this, but people who know me well will know that I'll sit on those big rocks behind our station or behind our place, and I will put a stopwatch. And I'm like, okay, I'm putting a stopwatch on the guy with the maroon and gold bucket hat standing next to the person with the yellow baseball cap. And I'll pick someone at the very end of the line and put a stopwatch on them, and then try to keep my own attention span alert enough to hit the stopwatch when they reach the front of the line. And is that 16 minutes? Is that 14 minutes? Is that because I want to know what our throughput is, and I want to know. I don't want you to wait a half an hour.
But people will.
People will, but
Do you pretty much live at the fair during the run of the fair?
I was 15 hours yesterday. I do have a little cot upstairs. I wish I would have had the foresight to. Some of our friends out here have air conditioning. They have their own bathrooms. They have showers. I've even heard of someone who actually has a real bed in a bedroom. And there's Nancy. Hi, Nancy. But we don't have any of that. We have the bathrooms across the street by the police station, and they could use a remodeling. If I have extra time, I walk down to the ones by Lulu's because they're fancier. But yeah, you kind of live out here.
Wow.
And you do, I don't know, just all sorts of, like last year I feel like I lived on bacon and pickles, which is really
I feel
weird.
like I lived on bacon and pickles yesterday.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. But I think that's part of the experience of your restaurants that you bring into the Blue Barn is that everybody can count on. You're always going to be there. You're always looking so cute.
Thank you.
And you're bringing that customer service and care to everyone who walks up and treating them like the guests, the way that you treat people in your restaurants. It's not just standing in line at the fair. It's coming to visit one of the Blue Plate restaurants.
Yeah.
It's I have as big of a fan as we are. I have to ask, what's your favorite fair food that's not at Blue Barn though?
That's a tough one. I'm gonna go with. I also love Sharon, the peaches. I love to go visit my friend Sharon and get the goat. I love goat cheese, grilled, that little bit of honey and rosemary they put
They're
on.
so good.
And I feel like I'm doing something healthy for myself or slightly healthy, and
They do hit the spot.
they do. Yeah. And, grabbing a couple extra to take home with our whipped cream.
Oh, yeah. Real whipped cream.
Real whipped cream is so good. And my kids, although I don't have any kids at home right now, but love that too.
Wow. Does anybody have any questions for either the taste team or for Stephanie of the Blue Barn? Very active crowd today.
It's like a party out here.
I just want to know if anyone here had one of the new foods yesterday and what you all thought we should go back to and try, or today. Yeah, what should we try? Or do you disagree with anything we've said? I'd love to know. Cheese curd tacos. Someone had the cheese curd tacos. Good or bad? Good? Positive? Yeah.
So it's cheese and cheese. I haven't had them, full disclosure.
It's cheese curds that are battered, and then they put them inside a taco shell, and then they throw the whole thing in the fryer. So it's fried and fried.
So is the taco shell a corn or flour?
It's flour.
Oh, for some reason I thought the taco shell might have been made of cheese too.
Oh.
Okay.
Plot twist.
Yeah.
You're giving them ideas for next
Whoa.
year. Next year, official new foods.
Whoa. I did. That's
Basically, if you like pizza rolls, you will find plenty to eat at the fair this year. To me, there were so many bites that reminded me of those like Totino's pizza rolls that my son still eats. And that was one of them. The first time, it's like that sweet tomato sauce that Joy was mentioning. I was like, yeah, that pretty much is a pizza roll.
Yeah.
those are iconic though. When my son played little kid hockey, they had a period where they weren't doing so well, and the coach promised pizza rolls if they could win, such and such game. I'm like, the kids are doing it for the pizza rolls.
Oh my God.
Honestly, we'll work for food. That's kind of what we do too.
Yeah,
But
well, I mean, that is exactly what we
that's
do.
exactly what we do for a living. So
Amazing. Yeah. Yeah, you've got it. That full of waffle. We call Sharon our sauce concierge. She's so good at like finding the perfect array of whatever all the sauces are. And that falafel has so many condiments and so many different combinations you can build. That's part of the fun. Yeah.
that's Sharon brings up a good point, the sauce concierge. We had a couple of things yesterday that we were like, we should try this with this.
Can I tell you? Yeah.
Sharon's very excited about this, as you'll
Yeah.
see.
I don't know if I can climb up there. Okay. If you go to the new beignet stand, they have an option with their coffees to add, for $3, you can add whipped cream on top. And it's like a thick, very honey-forward whipped topping on their coffee. Then get the beignet and dip it in that honey whip. Oh, my God. That's the way to eat beignets. So that one. And the other one is the new sour apple ice cream from A to Z Ice Cream. That's at Granny's Apples in the food building. Really good, super sour, very tart, tastes like the classic lollipop. Get the pie crust tidbits from Sarah's Tipsy Pies, which is also in the food building, and dip that in that sour ice cream. Oh, really good.
That sounds good.
I know.
And as a vendor, we get in that mode too. Last year we had peanut butter, bacon. We had bacon dipped in pancake batter with a peanut butter whipped cream and little banana chips and a little jam. And in our stand, we were taking the peanut butter whipped cream and putting it on our hot coffee.
Yes. Oh, I would love to do
Oh.
that.
It was so good.
That would be outstanding.
Yeah. It's like, oh,
I'm all about the mix and match fair foods, and I feel like you could make a progressive meal out of just like getting a bunch of different things and putting them together here. I got to write that story next year.
some sort of, you could do like dinner table, almost
Yes.
a dinner where
That would be amazing.
Stuff surprisingly goes together, even though it's all very different here.
but just don't do the dinner in white because that would be a
No,
mess.
no. We don't want to do that.
Bring
Or
a Tide pen.
Bring a Tide pen, yes. We broke our Tide pen out by, 7:30 yesterday?
Yeah, you had marshmallow all over your shirt.
Yeah.
Always, yeah, I had a Tide pen in my fanny pack yesterday.
Yeah.
Gotta have
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Any other questions before we sign off? No, thank you very much. And
Thank you.
let
Thanks
us know if
to-
we should eat anything at the fair. And thank you very much to Stephanie Shimp. Please go visit her at the Blue Barn.
Thank you.